Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Makazashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? You good? Are you genki? Do you feel like some Spidey action? Well, here it is, at last. My review of Amazing Spider-Man issue 22, which dropped on Wednesday. This is written by Zeb Wells, it's got art by John Romita Jr. And first of all, look at that cover. It's a striking image, you gotta say, isn't it? This, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, is Wyatt, the Mayan god of mischief and death. And he's got a taste for Spidey, as you can see. So, what you want to know is this issue any good? Is it worth buying? Is it worth even considering buying because of the crazy drawn-out long storyline we've had by Zeb Wells? Okay, don't get me started on this. Let's keep focused on the review, Gray. I'll tell you what, if you take it as a standalone, it's like a part 2 of the last of the new story arc, it's a decent issue. I know, right? I can't believe you just said that. It's a decent issue. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. Not frustrating. Well, a little bit frustrating, but anyway. But yes, good things about it. There's some good art, some good writing. You've got Spidey being like Spidey, even though everybody's favourite relationship breaker is in this, Paul. Paul, MJ and Peter play major parts. We also have the new villain. Well, not new, if you can remember, like 13 years ago, 3 random issues by Zeb Wells, whatever. Rabin, Dr. Rabin is in this, and this awesome Mayan god. So let me show you a little bit of the interior art. Look at this, poor Peter Parker yet again, getting pummeled, getting punched, getting crucified almost by, it looks like Dr. Octopus, it's not. It's part of the Mayan god's attack. He's got these weird tentacle style things that wrap round Peter's neck and punching Peter, ripping his costume off. Tell you, does Zeb Wells like beating up Peter or what? He's been doing it a lot. First of all with Tombstone, now with this Mayan god. But yeah, I say overall it's worth a look. If you don't mind, if you're still on board, if you're not giving up after the ridiculous filling, tie-ins, random events, blah blah blah. But yeah, why didn't they do this from the start? Why didn't they have the first, 7 or 8 issues without any interruptions and then bring this story in? You had Tombstone, you had a bit of the Goblin, Norman Osborn, and then Vulture, Hobgoblin, and then this. Why? I just don't get it. Did they need to give the artist that much time to, get this ready? It's the ridiculous coming out twice a month thing, isn't it? For God's sake, Marvel, stop that. Bring it back to monthly, and then, people can do their best work on it. We can get good art, because this art is pretty mixed in here. No offence to John Romita Jr. There are some good pages, but there are also some very, shall we say, sketchy. Looks a bit rushed, that pages. So anyway, enough from me. I want to show you the story. Let's do it. So, warning, there will be spoilers. I don't spoil the very end. Keep those clear. And I do skip some pages, but I'm basically going to retell the main story of what happens in this issue. Okay? So, if you want to, please keep watching. Here we go. Okay, let's start with a recap. And I tell you what, these recaps are getting longer and longer issue by issue. After Spider-Man stopped his plans to merge himself with the Mayan god Wyatt, the mad mathematician Benjamin Rabin spent years devising his revenge. A year and a half ago, Rabin finished his calculations and enacted his strategy to use the wall crawler to achieve godhood. Rabin combined his mathematical prowess and bastardization of Mayan mysticism to escape from prison and locate Peter. Upon their confrontation, he was quickly overpowered by Spidey, but not before Rabin could mark both him and Mary Jane Watson for sacrifice. When the marks were in place, Peter and MJ were transported to an apocalyptic version of New York. Phew! Get your breath back now. We open in present-day New York, with a tornado-like weather event being caused by the unidentified super being. At Oscorp, Norman Osborn tells his assistant to ready the suit. "I'm going out." Norman appears to know who the super being is. He found his way back. Speaking of Norman's suit, someone else is checking it out. It's Kamala Khan. "Mr. Osborn, I'm sorry, I was just in an authorized area." Norman tells her to leave and we switch to the apocalypto version of New York 1 year ago. Peter and MJ are being chased by what is it? Some kind of Mayan or Aztec style creature that looks a bit like it's been in the Cheerios cereal box again. Peter tries to ward it off but gets sucker punched and goes down like Houdini. "Peter!" Mary Jane runs straight into a mysterious hooded figure who aims a strange weapon at the beast and blows it to Kingdom Come. Those things aren't so bad. You have to disrupt their symbology. I don't know about you, but the last time I tried disrupting some symbology, my math teacher gave me an F. The figure removes his hood and it's Paul, everyone's favourite relationship breaker. He takes Peter and MJ back to his place and we see it's full of totems and symbols. Peter asks if the tech is based on totems. The technology is them, replies Paul. It turns out Paul used to work for Rabin. He was part of a team who were trying to unlock the powers of a new quantum symbology. Paul starts talking about the link between mathematics and the glyphs of ancient cultures, how information could be compressed into a higher form of symbology. Still with me? Had they found the cheat code to reality? It was Rabin, the emissary, who understood what was really happening. They were communing with higher beings. And then we get this great little exchange between Peter and Paul. Wait a minute, where's Mary? Gods. I don't believe in gods. The one I met didn't care. Then we get a reference to Amazing Spider-Man issues 555 to 557 back in 2008. Remember them? Nope. That's where Zeb Wells first introduced Dr. Benjamin Rabin and Wyep, the Mayan god of mischief. Next we see Rabin, the emissary, chanting as he draws symbols in the ground. A voice from behind asks him why he's washing his face. It's Wyep, the Mayan god, and it's angry. You failed me, now you die. Rabin tells it he has returned with a sacrifice and the Sunblood. Down! Wyep bursts into Paul's shelter, screaming for Sunblood. Peter tells MJ and Paul to run as he attempts to slow the Mayan god down. He already beat you, says Paul. What does he mean? Wyep burns its way through the barriers and attacks Spider-Man. It's an exciting and violent action scene, one of John Romita Jr.'s best parts of the book. Poor Peter Parker's getting pounded and pummeled again. I am here to take everything you are. Enough! Screams MJ and sticks a device on Peter's body. MJ? Sorry, Tiger, he can't have you. No! It's some kind of portal transporter tech and it slices Wyep in half as it sucks Peter through. What's going to happen next? We have to wait 2 weeks to find out. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was quite an exciting finish, wasn't it? Okay, in 2 weeks' time we get issue 23, which has got the Fantastic Four on a cover. So we're finally, maybe, possibly going to find out what happened that Peter upset them so much. And Peter looks a bit strung up there, doesn't he, on the cover? So that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House signing off for the night. Matane.